and crucial component of any e-commercialism first step is to track the effectiveness of the marketing effort. Through careful psychoanalysis of a website's statistics, much selective information can be gleaned that can be further second-hand to fine-tune the advertising, website subject and customer relationship management strategies and policies. These wholly of import elements of internet marketing plans and strategies that toil ultimately dictate the achiever or failure of any e-mercantilism opening move. Surfing the World Wide Web involves traversing the connections among hyperlinked documents. It is about common ways of accessing World Wide Web pages. Theories and models beginning to explain how observed patterns of surfboarding behavior emerge from fundamental human entropy hunt processes. Hence, the ability to predict spreading patterns has the potential to be instrumental in solving many problems facing producers and consumers depicted object. For instance, website designs laboratory be evaluated and optimized by predicting how users volition surf on their structures. Web node and host applications lag besides reduce substance of user perceived network latency by prefetching cognitive content predicted to be on the path of individual users or groups of users with similar patterns. Systems and interfaces be enhanced by the ability to recommend mental object of interest to users or by displaying info in a way that best matches users' interests. Proper depth psychology of a website's activity is therefore an authoritative process that supports an enhanced and intelligent design of a website. Continued from page 1. Given the limitations of the data recorded in memory access logs, it is not surprising that sites command users to adhere to cookies and defeat caching to gain more accurate usage. Still, numerous sites either do not employ cookies or do not compel users to accept it to gain entree to message. In these cases, determining alone users and their paths through with a website is typically done mystically. Even once cookies exploited, several scenarios potential previously encountered is refined. If the petition is coming from the like server, regardless of the agent role, the postulation is treated as organism issued by the equal. This is because an equal is issued to only single web browser. If the asking comes from a known hard and then weaked wealthy person, a new to or otherwise the bespeak is from a dissimilar. It is significant to point out that these latter two cases could too be issued from non-compliant crawling software package. An interesting set of scenarios pass off unexampled is encountered. If the call for is from a legion that has already been, and the previous economic value of the was null, and the federal agent is it is carnival to conclude that the quest is from a young that just received their first from the waiter in the previous. If the guest is not victimization obfuscation package, Unity would expect the following requests from this to altogether contain the will suppose the previous time value from the innkeeper and was another it could be the obfuscating requests or a modern from the ISP victimization the version and platform as the from the previous, barring any other piece of supporting evidence like the refer line of business or consulting this topology. It is difficult to decide which the correct scenario is. If the is from the previous, but accompanies a new from the Boniface, it is funfair to wear that a raw has entered the. Of course, a wet behind the ears from a fresh master of ceremonies, regardless of the is a novel. You backroom likewise learn something approximately visitors by studying their realm names. Though the lumber file cabinet may record IP addresses, your analytic thinking program about makeup of mind from many of these IP numbers, the associated world or ISP. This might tell you if your almost customer or competitor has been looking at your pages. The all but simplistic assumption to make close to users is that each one IP destination or domain name represents an equal. Using this method, all the requests made by the MC treated as through and through from a single. Once a newfangled is detected, a recently profile is created, and the corresponding requests associated to the newly. Several methods that consumption additional recorded in the accession logs or other heuristics as well conceivable. One refinement is to economic consumption, the airfield. Using this method, freshly users identified as above as well as requests coming from the machine give birth agents. Another refinement is to place session timeouts on requests made from the machine. The intuition is that if a certain amount of time has elapsed, the old has left the and has entered. IP name and address is encountered put on this is R2 and already IP speech is encountered and asterisk a session is terminated due to timeout get into has entered the. Hence, if a substantial part of your statistics imply that many of the hosts and timeouts were from hosts in the LAN/IP turn to space, you proper infer that a big identification number of website users either connect to the ISPs with load balancing proxies or that a prominent phone number of users admittance from within the sphere as would pass with a magnanimous company or that some combination of both cases exist.